A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. The family of Sayfollah Musallet, a 20-year-old American citizen from Florida, is calling for an investigation into his death after he was brutally beaten by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank. Musallet, affectionately known as Saif, was surrounded by a group of settlers for 3 hours during the attack on Friday. Eyewitness accounts reveal that medics attempting to assist him were also assaulted, highlighting the chaotic and violent nature of the incident. Musallet's family described him as a kind, hardworking, and deeply respected young man who was pursuing his dreams while visiting family in the region. In a heartfelt statement, they expressed their anguish, stating, "This is an unimaginable nightmare and injustice that no family should ever have to face." They are urging the U.S. State Department to take immediate action, demanding accountability for the settlers responsible for Saif's death. This incident raises significant concerns about the treatment of U.S. citizens abroad, particularly those of Palestinian descent. The U.S. government has historically been reluctant to investigate the deaths of American citizens at the hands of Israeli forces, often citing Israel's ability to conduct its own investigations. However, the effectiveness of these investigations has come under scrutiny, as they rarely lead to criminal charges against settlers or soldiers involved in violence against Palestinians. The State Department responded to the incident, emphasizing that the safety of U.S. citizens overseas is a top priority. A spokesperson acknowledged the reports of Musallet's death and stated that they are prepared to provide consular services, but did not elaborate further due to privacy concerns. This tragic event is not isolated. At least 9 U.S. citizens have been killed by Israeli forces since 2022, including the well-known journalist Shireen Abu Akleh. None of these cases have resulted in criminal charges, prompting organizations like the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee (ADC) to call for a re-evaluation of how Palestinian American lives are valued. ADC stated, Israeli settlers lynched 20-year-old Palestinian American Sayfollah Musallet, while U.S. officials stayed silent. The advocacy group criticized the U.S. government for its inaction and demanded justice for Musallet and all victims of violence in the region. American Muslims for Palestine, AMP, also weighed in, questioning whether current U.S. leadership will prioritize American interests when it comes to the lives of Palestinian Americans. They emphasized that justice should not be contingent on citizenship status, stating, "Every single murder committed by this regime must be explicitly prohibited, punished, and condemned." The U.S.'s substantial military aid to Israel and its diplomatic support in international forums have raised eyebrows, especially in light of the ongoing violence against Palestinians. The Council on American-Islamic Relations (CAIR) is urging supporters to contact lawmakers and condemn the killing of Musallet, asserting that this reflects a broader pattern of violence against U.S. citizens by Israeli forces. Sarah Leah Whitson, head of the rights group Dawn, pointed out that the U.S. has mechanisms to pursue accountability, referencing ongoing actions against Hamas officials for their role in the deaths of U.S. citizens during recent conflicts. Whitson stated, "What is really missing is the political will from the United States government to protect American citizens of Palestinian origin or Americans protesting Israeli actions in the West Bank." The implications of this incident extend beyond Musallet's tragic death. It underscores a troubling precedent regarding the safety of Americans abroad, particularly those who are vocal against Israeli actions. As the family of Sayfollah Musallet lays him to rest, their call for justice resonates with many who seek accountability and change in the current dynamics of U.S.-Israeli relations. The broader community is watching closely as the U.S. government navigates this complex situation, hoping for a shift that prioritizes human rights and justice for all individuals, regardless of their nationality or background. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.